Hello friends, Mandar here. I'm back with another video. 2025 is just about to end, and I'll make a recap of what are the things that happened in immigration space, especially in the employment-based section in this year. And most importantly, I'll speculate what are the important things that will happen in 2026 from the immigration perspective. So a lot of interesting points, guys. Watch this video until the end and let's get started. If you are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Mandar and I make immigration and lifestyle related videos for US and Canada. I'm not an immigration lawyer, so anything that I say on this video or on my channel is for information purpose only. And for your specific immigration needs, before you take any action, you should hire a competent immigration lawyer. Check out the links in the description because those are affiliate links. And if you find anything interesting, it will also help the channel. And while you are down there, hit the like button because that greatly helps the channel. I have seen some social media trolls that just come in and hit the unlike button and go away. That really hurts the video to propagate with YouTube algorithm. So I make this sincere request to you. If you find a value in this channel or in this video, hit the like button. Take that one moment. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps the video to propagate to people who might benefit from this. So with that said, let's start with the first topic of today, which is what happened in 2025. Lots happened. The government changed, the new administration took power since January, and they made some fundamental changes in many areas. Just to start with, which was a big shocker to us, which is $100,000 fees for H-1B. Now this came as a surprise just at the end of a work week on a Friday evening, and all hell broke loose. Lo and behold, it was an earth-shattering thing for people who were on H-1B. Now they made several clarifications on that. Finally, as it stands, it is for people who are coming from outside of the United States with a new H-1B stamp. So if your H-1B is expired, if you go to India or if you go outside of the United States, you apply for a new H-1, and if you need a new H-1B stamp, that's where your company will need to pay the $100,000 fees. Now this is an incredibly high amount for anybody or any company for that matter to pay for that employees. Unless you are big tech companies who are willing to sponsor key individuals for H-1B, this is going to be a very bitter pill to swallow for all the other companies. Now this was effective September 21st of 2025, all petitions filed on or after that day for a H-1B stamp. Now I made several clarification videos on this, so you might want to go and check. So I'm not going to repeat it over here. Now let's look at what else happened in 2025. Now continuing with the H-1B topic, there is also a final ruling that came since yesterday, which is December 29th, have the H-1B lottery for 2027 in a way where it puts more weightage on wages. Now gone are the days where it was randomly picked and you could play the system by having as many petitions as possible for a particular candidate and increase your chances of getting an H-1B. Now for the 2027 H-1B selection, USCIS is going to put emphasis on salary or wages. Now there are 4 tiers of salaries that they are going to use, and every tier going from lowest to highest, every tier will give you additional number of chances for H-1B. So their main emphasis is going to be to give H-1B for people who have higher wages, and that's what they relate to the higher skills. So nothing has changed as per the law or the statute. It's the way USCIS will interpret the statute and put more weightage on salary or wages instead of randomly selecting the candidates. So that is what is going to happen. Now, if there is going to be litigation or not, we'll know about it in the next couple of weeks, but this is where it stands today. That was the second H-1B change in 2025. Then there is an extreme vetting that has also started, and this is as a result of the social media vetting. Now this came into effect on December 15th of 2025. What Department of State is going to do is they are going to do the social media vetting for anybody who applies for H-1B or H-4 from outside of the United States. Now this will incredibly delay the processes, although they have said that they will use AI. Not sure in what way they will use the AI, but I am guessing they will use this reason to delay the processing. In fact, a lot of appointments for consulates in India where Indians are almost 70+% H-1B beneficiaries beneficiaries, those appointments have been postponed by almost 6 months. People who just went to India before Christmas holidays, before 15th of December, have found themselves in a precarious situation where their appointments, which were supposed to happen in January or February, have now postponed to like June, July, and August. So that is a very difficult situation. This will also increase other kinds of scrutiny and vetting, and so expect 221Gs also to be given out for people who are going for stamping. That is the reason I'm suggesting that unless it's an emergency for you, unless you have an H1B stamped already on your passport, do not travel. Now, there were some changes in the employment authorization, which is EAD. Now, effective October of 30th of 2025, they essentially eliminated the automatic extension of EAD to 540 days. Instead, for any renewals of EAD. So now, if your EAD is going to expire on a certain date, make sure that you apply for your EAD extension well ahead of time, at least 6 months ahead of time, and pray to God that you get it within the stipulated time frame before your previous EAD expires, because there is no automatic extension. In addition to this, effective December 5th, they also reduced the validity of EAD extensions from 5 years to 1.5 years, which is 18 months. Now, this is a double whammy for EAD holders. They don't get an automatic extension and they also get lesser validity in their extension. So this is not very good news. So this has put some people in a situation where they could lose their job, or they will have to discontinue their job or work between the time frame when their previous EAD expires and new one comes in. And unless you have an underlying work visa such as non-immigrant visa to work. Other things that happened in 2025 is now USCIS is only going to accept the payment, any visa filing payments electronically, no more checks and things like that. There is a new $1,000 parole fee that is being implemented since October, but this does not apply to 485 candidates. So that is good news for employment based. Let me know in the comment section below if there was any other major activity that I missed during 2025, especially in the employment based section. Now, since there are a lot of layoffs going on right now, I have made another video on O1 visa, how H1B people also would qualify. EAD or OPT people may also qualify for O1 visa. So check out that video as well. So hopefully you are not worrying about this visa situation in your holidays. You are spending time with your family and getting that break that you deserve. Now I want to answer one of the most common questions that I get on my channel, which is, which attorney should I hire? I want to take a moment to introduce you to Manifest Law, a law firm that focuses exclusively on legal immigration. Their mission is simple but powerful: to bring world's brightest innovators, professionals, and creators to America, legally and successfully. And they do that by putting both clients' and lawyers' best interest at heart with full transparency, accountability, and experience. Manifest Law works with individuals across a wide range of visa categories such as O1, H1, TN, E-Visa, J-Visa, L-Visa, and many more. But what matters most for my channel and for my viewers, for those of you watching right now, is that they specialize in employment-based immigration, such as green cards, H1, L1, and other visas that are most relevant to skilled professionals. One thing I really appreciate about Manifest Law is their emphasis on accuracy and completeness. They help prepare strong petitions to give you the best possible chance of success. And if you are already in a complicated situation, you may have received an RFE or NOID or need support with the consular processing, they can guide you through those challenges. Another major advantage is that Manifest Law has an ex-immigration appeals officer on their team. That means you can get insight from someone who understands the internal review process from the inside, a huge added value when you are trying to present a petition that stands up to the USCIS scrutiny. Now, if you are a Wisdom Trends viewer, pay close attention. When you use my custom sign-up link in the description, you will get special pricing on EB1, O1, and several other visa categories, plus additional discounts. The link is created specifically for Wisdom Trends audience, so feel free to set up a free consultation with Manifest Law. I always talk about hiring a competent immigration lawyer on my channel and my videos, and I only choose to recommend those I trust. Check out the link in the description, book your consultation, and take the next step with full confidence going with Manifest. New year will start with new news. We'll watch out for what happens in the H1B selection process for 2027, which starts on 1st of April. That is something to look forward to. Another thing that could happen, or that is going to happen, is the Supreme Court is going to give a decision on birthright citizenship. Remember, back in the early in the year 2025, this current administration had put a ban on birthright citizenship for anybody who was not and illegally present in the United States. But that never got into effect because that was challenged in the courts, and now it's sitting with Supreme Court to give a decision, and they are expected to give a decision within the first couple of months in 2026. So this will be an incredibly important decision by Supreme Court to watch out for, because it's going to impact a lot of people. There is also going to be an overhaul, which is at least being talked about, for the citizenship process. They're going to go back to how they gave out green cards, whether the green card was issued legitimately or whether there was any fraud. So there will be additional scrutiny at the time of naturalization. So that is something else to look out for as well. There is also an uptick in the denaturalization effort that you must have seen in the news. Those are very specific situations. Denaturalization is incredibly difficult. It is incredibly time and money consuming for the government. So only specific case where it's obvious that the green card was obtained in fraudulent manner, or if there is some material change or new information that they have received that was concealed at the time of application of green card, those applications will be reviewed when they consider for denaturalization. So nothing for general population to worry about. Another, consular processing, third country stamping has essentially ended. So unless you had a previous visa stamp from a third country, that is going to be stopped altogether. And another thing keeps popping up and people keep asking me is about this removal of per country cap, whether that's going to come. I don't have any confidence that that will happen in 2027 at the least. We'll see what happens in the midterm elections. If the government flips in Congress, then there might be a possibility of that coming back into the session or into the Congress for voting. But nothing will happen in 2026. If at all it comes, it will happen in 2027 or later. So we'll watch out for that. So that's all I wanted to cover in this topic. Let me know if there is anything else that I missed out, or if you can think about that might come in 2026. Also check out my masterclass, which is happening on 25th of January at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out all the links in the description if you want to contact me through Calendly and want to talk to me about my advice, what I would do if I were in your situation. And Happy New Year to all of you. Enjoy the rest of the year. Enjoy the 31st, and I'll see you next year.
And that brings me to the sponsor of today's video. Have you ever done the Google search of your own name? Look what I have found when I did mine. Here's what comes up. While some of this information is relevant, the other makes me uncomfortable that my information is exposed for a sale like this. Data brokers sell your information to scammers, spammers, or anybody else who may want to target you. Your full name, email address, home address, your relatives' names, health information, it's all out there. That's why I have been using Aura, sponsor of today's video. Aura shows me which data brokers are selling my information and automatically submits opt-out request for me. Cleaning up my information not only helps reduce the amount of spam I get, but it also protects me from hackers who could use this information to help them access my social media accounts, bank accounts, or other sensitive information. Aura does so much more to protect my information and my family's information from online threats I can't see. I get other features like antivirus, VPN, password management, parental controls, identity theft insurance, and more without having to download several different apps. It's really easy to set up, and best of all, I get everything for one affordable price. You may already have one or two of these tools, but not having Aura is like locking the front door but leaving your back door wide open. Aura is always on, doing the hard work of keeping me safe so I can focus on other tasks with peace of mind. I value my privacy and I value yours. You can go to my link which is on the screen and in the description and start your free 2 weeks trial. So protect your information, your family, and have a peace of mind. That's Aura.